Thank you, Prescott. Checking in. How's everybody doing out there? There's a lot of amazing stuff going on here in Salt Lake. Another of our series of amazing presenters. We got Randall Smith. Randall's Principal and Creative Director of Modern 8. Randall has incredibly practiced design in 13 different offices in downtown Salt Lake in a career of 40 years. He's tired of moving. He's the founding president of the Salt Lake chapter of the AIGA, appropriate for tonight, and has taught graphic design at the University of Utah for 25 years. And so I'll welcome Randall Smith.
I'm ready. Thank you. I love downtown Salt Lake, and I'm going to take you on a tour of many of those offices, of those 13 offices. I graduated from the University of Utah in 1972, and my first job was at the LDS Church Graphic Design Department, high up on the 23rd floor. And I worked there. First major project we did was to give and convince the church that they needed a corporate identity. And Stan Thurman and I designed the very first church logo that they ever had and presented that, wrote the identity manual and designed that, presented it to the top brass in the temple, no less. And then quit church employment and moved to the coolest part of downtown Salt Lake, Exchange Place. 19 Exchange Place, which doesn't exist anymore. It's now a parking structure. I was sharing offices with Max J. Smith, an architect who designed our house. We're still living in it there. I designed a package for a client with nothing but a bunch of bent screwdrivers, but it was, he sold a ton of them. Must have been good because he's still in business importing stuff from Asia. In fact, he's still a client. Must have been packaging. I then moved to my furthest south location, 9th South and 4th East, at an abandoned gas station, and shared offices there with Larry Clarkson, another designer. My kids liked this location because it was on the route of the parade, which was on its way to Liberty Park, sold Coke for 50 cents under the official price. There designed some poster for someone, I don't know who, dentist probably, and it was kind of a postmodern thing with these drop caps on the left and right, which are kind of weird, but hey, it's 1981, right? So, a long time ago. So then, go into business with Clarkson at Smith & Clarkson over on Rio Grande Street, right across the street from the depot, and as far as partnerships go, it lasted, several years at any rate, and but not forever, and haven't avoided partnerships since. But we worked on a client up in Logan, Onondaga, who was really advanced in terms of portable computing, and we threw this little device in the water. We had a hell of a time getting that fish in the right position there. PETA would be mad. We stuck a pin through its gill. I then moved to the Okra School on the 3rd floor, and actually I didn't have enough slides to show all of my spots, so we really ended up moving across the street to 337, which turned into an art project building on its own. But in any case, there at 1991, I designed all of the graphics for the Utah Arts Festival in kind of an Art Deco theme, and that stuff was all over Salt Lake until it was almost nauseous. There was, shirts and mugs and you name it. And after that, what happened? Here we go. Market Street, on the 2nd floor, right above the Market Street Grill, the owner said, no, it doesn't smell. I beg to differ. My wife never even came and visited me at that office, and only stayed there 1 year because it did smell like fish. But while there, established a long-term relationship with a client of ours called Yesco, a Young Electric Sign Company, who are headquartered in Salt Lake, offices all across the western United States. We've done work for them right up to this week, as a matter of fact. And they're a great firm, private firm, and family-owned, which is interesting in and of itself. So then moved to the only cool new building I ever had, with a little place on 6th South, 2nd East, with Jim Child, an architect, designed a nice little building there, and as a matter of fact, ended up designing his logo in kind of a distill-like thing, which should be up any second right there, with kind of some earthly colors. Jim Child, nice place. But I didn't stick with it. I actually started another short-term partnership with Douglas Sliding, and we outgrew Jim's place and had to move to another place. We went to the O.P. Skaggs building, my most northern office, on 3rd West and 4th North, and a cool building, as big as we ever got. It was late 90s, tech boom blowing. We got up to about 12, 14 people, which is big for me, and everything was going great. We made loads of money, and then that depression hit, 2001, that was all over. And I had a client, NIC, still a good client today. They are the world's largest provider of online services for the state of Utah and 28 other states in the nation. If you do anything online, you're really not doing it with that state, you're doing it with my client, NIC. We then split up that partnership, started what is my business today named Modernate. It means nothing. My employee said she wanted to sound something like modern art, and said Modernate. That was it. We were over at 561 West on 2nd South, what we call the edgy part of town. There, designed a logo for MHTN Architects, replacing a really cool logo. Almost hated to do it, done by Ted Nagata for them, but we used our little perception branding 5D process and combining strategy and design, and I think he came up with something nice. My last office right here on 145 West on 2nd South in the Bertolini building, 120-year-old building. Main floor, landscape architects above us and below us, and we love it there. And that was our current spot, and I think we got one more portfolio piece. Happens to be websites, which are about 50% of our business these days. Another architect, I threw in a lot of architect stuff tonight. FFK Architecture, we did their website, and did some of their competitors as well. And last night, we won 2 gold awards at the Addies for the Advertising Federation, so thank you very much.
We've got 2 more presenters to go. And here we have, in classic designer fashion, the overachiever, Dan.